Hello everyone and welcome to EUGE, an inside look at chasing a dream. I am Eugene Kenny. Thanks again for being with us today. Oh, Lordy, we are just getting settled in. Chuck Roy, my partner who is usually with us, is late on a plane today, had to go into Seattle. So he won't be with us, but he wanted to tell you, thanks for being on the show. And he will see you. And we are here today with Andrew Raschke.
That's correct.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
All right, great. Andrew Raschke. Andrew Raschke is a young comic who did the Friday night showcase last Friday.
Yep.
And killed it, frankly.
Had a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It's a great show, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
It's a great show. So what we do here on EUGE, Inside Look at Chasing a Dream, is we talk to young comics. We try to find out, just what got you into the business, what your life's like,
Sure.
And we're going to run through some of your stuff that we saw on Ari's on a Friday night showcase. But first of all, I guess question number one, what got you into stand-up comedy?
I had tried doing stand-up in, I want to say, 2005.
Uh-huh.
Went to an open mic, had 2 minutes worth of jokes, got one laugh.
Great.
That was done for me.
Great.
So just people said I was funny. So years went by. I want to say 3.5 years ago, I did the Bring It On competition that Comedy Works used to do.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, pay $10, get 3 minutes.
Comedy Works downtown, Denver, Colorado. 10
to 15 comedians would be on there. You got 3 minutes, and then the judge, Chuck was actually the judge on the show that I did.
Really?
And then the crowd would judge who was the best. I won the show that I was on, and then just continued from there.
And how long ago was that?
Almost, I want to say 3.5 years ago.
3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. So you've been working your way up the ladder in the past?
I've been off and on.
Uh-huh.
It hasn't been a constant thing for me. I will say that I've had some self-doubt at times, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah.
So it's trying to juggle doing that with having a full-time job, wife and 2 kids.
Right.
It's been off and on, but I've been getting out a lot lately, and it feels good.
Right. Well, talk about that. What was the self-doubt? What?
I guess I don't know. There'd just be times where I would do shows, and I guess I wouldn't feel comfortable with how things went or something like that, and it's just I wasn't confident in myself, but
right.
I've learned to get past that.
Right.
I've learned to stop taking everything so seriously all the time and just roll with it.
So that's what you did to get past that, is to yeah. So that's
and in 2012, I actually did a guest spot with Gabriel Iglesias at the Improv.
Okay.
And he did for some of the shooting victims. And at that point,
at
I was
theater
at the Improv.
I mean, the theater shooting victims? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of said, hey, let's not waste this opportunity. Let's push forward.
Right.
But, I kind of didn't. So I would say within the last couple months, I've been getting out a lot, doing as many shows as I can.
Right.
Looking for any opportunities that I can do, and things are going pretty well.
Well, I appreciate you doing the show at Ari's. You like I said, you killed it.
I appreciated having the opportunity. You've always been one of my favorite comics here locally, so to be able to do a show with you was an awesome opportunity.
Thank you for coming into the studio in the...
Yes, great studio.
Oh, my God.
Got a Marin-esque thing going on there.
We have to get an air conditioner.
It's a little warm.
It is warm.
It's a little warm.
It's 90-something degrees outside.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fine. Maybe I can lose some weight in here. It's like a sweatshop thing going on.
I have.
It's nice. It's nice.
All right. So what do you like to do? As far as your comedy, what is your take? What's your spin?
I guess I talk about being married a lot. I talk about my kids, positive and negative.
Right.
Probably more negative if anybody listened to it. I like to talk about me. I guess I like to talk about I guess I do stories I'm more into. I certainly wouldn't call myself an alternative comic like some people do. I guess I would be more...
You're not one of the alt comic guys?
Yeah, I guess that's not what I would call myself, but I talk about me. I like to make fun of myself a lot. It's easy to do. So yeah, that's me.
Right?
That's me. Yeah. Just a lot of personal stuff.
How long have you been married?
We just celebrated our 6th anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been together for almost 10 years now.
Did she come down from South Dakota? I know this. I know that he's from, by the way.
South Dakota, yes, originally from South Dakota. The land of that diversity forgot, as I like to say.
Right.
No, weird enough, we actually met at Chuck E. Cheese.
Wow. Working
Yeah,
or?
we were both she was in the ball pit and we kind of met eyes. No, we were both working there. We were both working there.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how it started, which is weird. So yeah.
What did she think of you doing stand up?
She's really supportive. Anytime that I've had the doubt to where I felt like I couldn't do it, she pushed me. She was like, "That's stupid."
That's very important. That's very important to have.
It is. It's nice. It was really nice to have.
This is scary business.
It is, yeah. So she's been, don't waste opportunities. Don't doubt yourself when people like you, people think you're funny, and it's good to have that because I don't, having somebody complain about you going out doing shows, not spending time with family. That was a hard thing for me to kind of balance, but I think I got that going now.
Yeah, if you're not narcissistic in this business, then you got to have somebody pushing you.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a whole lot of those people that don't need anybody pushing them.
Yeah, I'm trying to balance
every day how great they are.
I'm trying to balance, tell myself how great I am, but also listen to the real boss because she's the one in charge.
Exactly.
Too,
How old are your kids?
8 and 6.
Wow.
Boy and a girl. Yeah, we had kids young.
Right.
Which to me has actually been nice. I've liked being kind of a younger parent because I would say that my son, who's 8, and I are kind of into the same stuff. Video games, comic books, superhero stuff. I mean, it's so.
My son's a big gamer. Are you a console or you're a?
Yeah. I'm still got my Xbox 360 only because there's not enough money to buy new ones. $500. That's
crazy, right?
That's crazy. Yeah. So, but it's been it's cool being kind of a younger parent, and then the way that I've done the math is they'll be out of the house by the time I'm 40.
Isn't that great?
So that's when you actually have money
if it works out
to do things. Yeah, then they're gone. So you get more freedom, and you're not super old.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that.
So go back to when you first decided you were going to do stand up. Tell me about your first show.
Yeah, it was the Bring It On at Comedy Works.
That was your first show?
That was my first show. Yeah.
Wow.
I just dove straight into it. I was on Comedy Works' website, just kind of looking at shows, and I saw that on the calendar, and I read about it, and at first I was kind of scared, but then I was like, I'm just going to go for it.
Take this off the table.
Just went for it.
I can hear Chuck in my head going, take that off the table.
So, I practiced that 3 minutes every day. I kind of worked pretty far away from where I lived. So that morning commute and the drive home after, I practiced my 3 minutes, had it down to 3 minutes exactly. It was great.
You have some influences?
When I first got in, I'm sure people would shit on me for what I'm going to say. When I first got into stand-up, I remember that Dane Cook's first album, Harmful If Swallowed, was... I listened to that all the time.
Dane Cook.
This was kind of before he got to be the giant douchebag that everybody knows him to be now.
Well, I don't know him to be a douchebag, but I know that he's made a lot of money in this business and he's got a lot of fans.
Yeah, that he does. Yes,
but I think that success, people send success. People don't like it a lot.
Yeah, well, and there's some people don't know how to handle it.
Right. Exactly.
They don't. You don't stay humble with what you're doing. I am nowhere near anything, but I know where I am. I know my place right now.
So Dane's one of your...
He was. I wouldn't say he was now, but his first album, that's kind of what got me into liking stand-up.
Right.
I love Louis C.K. He talks about his kids, his marriage, being divorced. He puts it all out there.
His whole life is done on stage.
Everything that he does. Yeah. I really liked Greg Giraldo.
So you are really the guys you're talking about are guys that are their lives are in their shows. Is that the comedy that you're trying to do?
It's I've always liked kind of the personal aspect of, it's easier to write when things happen to you. it's for me, it's easier to go off of personal experiences than it is to just write a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to just talk about. Some people can't do that.
Right.
Some people don't like to open up with everything, but that's not me. I find it's easier. Sometimes I might cross the line. You might talk to my wife about that when I'm talking about like our sex life or something on stage.
Right.
But no, that's what I like to do. Yeah.
Wow. So, all right.
Yeah.
It's
a good time.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of comedy. I'm a big fan of comedy and all its aspects. And Chuck usually runs the cameras. I hate having to run the cameras while I'm actually having a conversation. So I'm not ignoring you.
You do a great job. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Don't put yourself down.
See, I have that self-doubt.
Just
every now and then.
Hey, don't, man. I can tell you, don't do it.
I like it.
Don't do it.
All right. So what do your parents think of you doing stand-up? Have they seen your show?
Well, my dad actually lives in South Dakota, but any time that I do a show and I try to record it, whether that's video or audio or something like that, I send it to him. He's always been a big supporter of me. I think he likes when I have him in some of my jokes. My mom, I don't have much of a relationship with her anymore.
Okay.
That's kind of been a recent thing, but she did come to some of my shows. I remember one time I was hosting.
Is that the reason you don't have a relationship anymore? Because
she came to my shows, exactly. I'll tell you a story.
My boy ain't even funny.
I'll tell you a story. She came to. I was hosting an open mic, and her new husband came.
Okay.
So a comic got off stage. I went back up to do my hosting thing. He has stepkids, so I said something about that. I was like, he's angry because he has stepkids.
I got you.
And I said, I'm a stepchild now. I said, my mom got married about a year ago. I go, I really don't like the guy that she's married to. I go, he's a huge douchebag. And I go, he's actually right over there with my mom. And I pointed him out. And they thought at the end of the show that it was just a joke, but it wasn't a joke. That was truth.
He's a douchebag.
That was truth. That was truth for sure. So that was kind of a nice thing to be able to throw that out there. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
They enjoyed that little truth coming at them.
But yeah, my dad, all my family, my dad and my sister especially have always, they've been big supporters of me.
Right.
With my wife too. So
what's your writing like? How do you do that? What's your process?
I try to write every day, whether it's just a one-liner or it's a whole premise, something I try to write on a daily basis. So I try to go to at least one open mic a week to try to work things out.
Right.
But yeah, I love writing. Right. I really do. In high school, I used to, I was in a couple bands and stuff, did music. So writing's always been a huge part of who I am, I guess. I like to write jokes as well as, sketches and stuff like that. So eventually, when I have the means to do it, I'll probably start filming stuff like that. But yeah, I love to write. I really do. So
are you a write it down on a notepad kind of guy? Are you a put it in my phone kind of guy?
It starts that way. It starts with something as simple as write it down on a piece of paper or put it in my phone. But I'm kind of OCD-ish if you would find what I have. I got a nice notebook that I have everything kind of like written down really nice. If I don't like how I wrote it, I'll rip the page out and I'll write it again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo, I guess, like that. But yeah, I like to have everything like, eventually if I like the joke enough, I'll work it out a few times.
Right.
And then I'll put it in my book and, I'm going to use it.
Is it in your book word for word, or is it in your book in just some keywords that will make you remember the joke?
It depends. Sometimes I write it in there word for word, but I'll change it up when I actually perform it. Sometimes it's just key things that I need to remember. Usually when I put a set together, I write it and I try to practice it as much as I can. So I'll just use keywords for it.
Right.
But yeah, when I write it down, sometimes I'll put it in there word for word, but sometimes that changes when I actually perform the joke.
Wow.
Yeah, OCD, it's not a cool thing to have. I'll tell you that.
I have a touch of the OCD myself, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, what goes in there.
I like to have stuff like I like it.
Right, exactly.
It's got to be right there.
It has to be how I like it.
When I ask that question, I always think of my own book, and I know that my notebook is word for word every joke.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a novel.
Yeah.
You know, people would open my book. If you had my notebook, you got my act.
Yo, that was, yeah. So you always got to be holding on to that. Yeah.
You got my whole act.
You're like, I can do all of Eugene's stuff.
Okay.
Just move to another city and just start fresh as using your material.
So you did the showcase Friday night.
Yep.
At Ari's, and like I said, you did really well. We have a clip of that.
Okay.
We're gonna run that. I have to get everything set up and what he is staring at, and who is that? Right there we go.
Andrew Raschke right there. Andrew Raschke.
There you are.
Hey, give it up for Eugene. Give it up for all the comics you've seen. Give it up for the wait staff here at Ari's. Give it up for me because I'm on stage right now, and that's the polite thing to do. 5 or 10 more seconds of the applause, guys, and that'll be great, okay?
I saw this video.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You guys are so kind. Well, as Eugene said, my name is Andrew Raschke. My last name is German. It means not a Nazi. Didn't have any part of that shit, so Mazel Tov, right? I'm originally from South Dakota, or as I like to call it, the land of that diversity forgot. South Dakota, they should actually change their slogan to South Dakota. The only thing that's black here is the hills. You know what I'm saying? No black people at all. No black people. I'm about to turn 28 in a couple months, so I'm actually learning, like, at this age right now, I'm learning some things, like, I'm young enough to where I can have sex for a good amount of time, but old enough to where I have to sit down because my knees hurt afterwards. You know?
You're killing it.
I'm also learning that I can't eat like I used to. Like last week, I gave up on life and had Taco Bell 3 times in 2 days. 3 times it, like, do you understand how much you have to hate your life to have Taco Bell 3 times in 2 days? I would rather take the chance saying Candyman's name 3 times in my dark bathroom than shit out all that Taco Bell again. It's ridiculous.
I like that. That's
So
fun.
stupid.
I'm married, which explains this great body that I have. My wife and I actually just celebrated our 6th anniversary. You guys don't have to, she doesn't enjoy that either. I love my wife, I really do. Like, she'll, she's really nice. Like, she'll send texts to me. Last week, she sent me a text, and she was like, I'd really like to spend a weekend away with you. And I was like, oh, that was sweet.
So how do you think this went?
So I texted her back, and I was like, this isn't your
It felt good.
boyfriend, wrong
I mean,
number.
after I got through the
Get
first,
that shit right. I know you don't want to have a
few
weekend away
jokes,
with me.
I mean, it was
Seriously?
just-
No, but we've never
it
had like a
felt like time
vacation. We've
just
never had
passed
like
very
a
fast.
honeymoon or
You
anything
know,
like
just having
that.
a
So we've
good
been
time.
discussing where we could go to have a vacation.
It looked like you were having
I said
fun.
San
Yeah, it was
Diego.
a good
San Diego's a
crowd.
beautiful place if you've never been. I went with my family on a
Always liked
family
that idea,
vacation
you
one
laughing
time,
over
but
everybody else.
didn't get to enjoy the trip. Tell you why. First full
love
day that we were there, we
yeah,
were
it
out
was
on the
good.
beach
Yeah,
from
it
like
was a fun
9 in
show.
the morning
It really
until
was.
5 in the evening. Anybody want to guess how much sunscreen I put on? Yeah, none. So I got to spend the vacation in our hotel room peeling off my skin and watching Maury. And I should have known it was going to be bad right from the get-go. We got to the room. There's only 2 beds. My mom and my sister shared one. That's fine. My dad had the other one. He has night farts, so I'm not going to sleep in a bed with that guy. So I've got this makeshift bed on the ground made of comforters that I later find out hotels don't wash every day. So I'm looking at my bed, and I'm like, Dad, there's like white crusted stains on here. What do I do? And he looks me straight in the eyes, and he goes, don't put your mouth on it. Great advice from my dad.
Very true.
My wife and I, we've actually been together
only
for
found
almost
that out
10
because I worked
years,
at a hotel.
and we're still
Yeah.
continuing to learn things about each other, which is nice.
you travel.
Like lately,
Don't
we've been
use
talking
that.
about our fears. Everybody has
first
fears,
fear.
right? Sir, over here, you got any fears? You got any fears? Anybody? You guys got fears? How about seeing your grandma in the shower? How's that sit with you? If you're not scared of that, I'm scared of you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. No, but we're finding that like our fears are different. So like, I'm scared
I'm
of
doing more
things
trying to,
like
like, work with the
snakes
crowd more
and
often.
spiders and bees, and she's scared of things like clowns and sour cream, having sex with me with her eyes open. So like, they're all different things. They're all different things. Like I know that I need to lose weight. Like nobody needs to tell me that shit. I'm sure it has something to do with our sex life, you know. So like, I mean, even having regular sex now, we have to have a safe word. You know, like I'll be on top of her for like 20 seconds, and she's like, okay, burrito, burrito, burrito. And I'm like, what? Why burrito? She's like, because you're smothering me, so just get off.
That's a great line.
And she's half Mexican.
We have 2 kids. 2. Which, if you have kids, you know that's a strain on anything at all. So, you know, what I'm finding is like, you know, 10 years ago, when we were dating, we were 18, we used to go have sex in the closet when I'd go to her parents' house because it was like dangerous and it was naughty and stuff. 10 years later, we're still having sex in the closet because it's the only place that we can get away from our kids. You know what I mean? Like, we're in there, and I'm on top, and I'm trying to give her my best moves. All the while, I have to stick my leg out to try to keep the door closed because the kids are outside knocking. Mommy, Daddy, what are you doing? We're changing our clothes. We'll be out in a little bit. 30 seconds later, Daddy, are you coming? I'm trying. Sucks. Anybody, where's the parents out here? Parents, younger or older kids? Older kids, you guys are so lucky. You guys are so lucky. Because it sucks having younger kids. With older kids, you can just leave them. You just leave them. It's like this. You go, okay. They go, here's $30. Here's $30 for pizza, okay? You spend it on the pizza, and that's it, okay? We're going to have a good time. Do not call us unless it's an emergency. Do not call us unless this house is on fire or someone is trying to murder you, okay? And you better not have that Michael's kid over here either, because he's a little piece of shit, and I think he's stealing from us, okay? No, I'm going to remind you one more time, do not call us, okay? We're trying to have a good time. We're going to be drinking. You're going to call with something stupid. I don't know how the microwave works. Now I'm going to be on my 4th cocktail, and I'm going to tell you what I really think about you. Okay, love you. At least that's what.
That's crazy. That was.
That's how my parents told me.
Yeah, man. I grew up in the woods. My parents didn't give us any money. Just get out the house.
Yeah, just leave.
Yeah. Come back when you hear us holler.
Right. That's when with my parents it was like just stay outside.
Yeah.
When it gets dark.
Yeah.
Come home.
I enjoyed that.
Fine.
All right. So I enjoyed your set. I really did. I had a good. I had a real good time with that.
Thank you.
I had a real good time with that. What do you think? You know, frankly, are you gonna lose the weight? Are you trying to be thinner? Because
I need to. Mm-hmm. It's a need.
But this is I mean, not a personal. This is a comedy. I mean, I just know that
you know what?
a lot of your jokes
I know that I'll lose some material. But I can always talk about when I used to be. When I used to be fat. That's
you go.
I'll roll with that. That's fine. I can still do it.
I love New Year's Eve. You know why? Because I can do every joke I wrote that year.
Right? Yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
It's a flashback.
That's a goal. It's a tough thing to do, but you know what? I mean, I don't want to be the dad that dies early.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
For sure.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Right on.
Just gotta find how to do it the best way.
Right.
There's so many, all these exercise fads and all that stuff out there. You see, I mean, it's like, what do you do? Yeah. So I'll figure it out.
All right, good to go. All right, we have this little game here that we are going to play in about 2 minutes when we run this break. Now, it's just me and music. There, that's Huge. Welcome to Huge, an inside look at chasing a dream. If you were advertising with us right now, we'd be sitting around talking about your product.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and we would be telling people how we like your product.
You got
it would be a commercial spot.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got sponsors coming on board. We've got big things. We've got new shows coming up. It's going to be
sweet.
Yeah, so we are very excited about everything that is coming up with Huge. We're also going to do Papa Caption in here just a minute.
Okay.
It's just like what it sounds like it is. Yeah.
I just started doing a podcast not that long ago. So.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And let's stop here. There. And we are back, and that commercial break could have been brought to you by you.
Hey.
Yeah. To all of our fans, by you. Give us a call or hit us up with an email at eugene@eugeshow.com, and we'll talk business.
You could be on this show.
You could be, you could absolutely be on this show.
And then your business could get huge.
I love you. I love you. All right, so here, I got a pad here with some questions on.
Let's do it.
I think I just use this to kind of figure out more about the guest. Flip that. All right, and here we go. Winter or summer?
Winter.
Why?
Because I'm fat and I hate the heat. That's really what it comes down to.
Good enough.
No, I don't like hot. And being from South Dakota, I mean, when it's cold, it's cold. When it's hot, it's hot.
Right.
The humidity, I hate it. So winter, for sure. I will shovel all day than be uncomfortable.
Got you. Crossword puzzles or Sudoku?
It'd probably be crossword puzzles. I think I'm too stupid for Sudoku or whatever it's called.
Is it Sudoku or coup?
I don't know. See, I don't like it. I'd rather just write some words.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of anything you got to do math with.
Yeah, and then I feel like with crosswords, I mean, if you really have to, you can cheat.
Yeah, that's true.
You can look it up.
Yeah,
but
you
with
can always go.
Sudoku, you gotta be smart. And that's
I'll bet you there's a way out to cheat on that.
I'm sure there's some way. Well,
yeah.
if anybody out there knows a way, let us know. Okay.
Think before you talk or talk before you think?
Well, I am probably going to go with the talk before I think. I'm sure my wife would agree with that.
You're a let it fly kind of guy.
Yeah. I don't always think about what I'm saying or maybe the consequences of what's being said until after it's said.
Okay.
So, that's me.
Very cool. Early bird or night owl?
Night owl. I am not a morning person at all.
Wow.
At all. Lately, I'm probably up until 2 in the morning. Lately, that'll change when I start a new job in a couple weeks.
Right.
But yes, night owl.
Okay.
I do not like the morning time.
I'm a big time morning guy.
Really?
It's rare in this business, but I'm a big time morning guy. I like to be up early in the morning, get everything done. Usually by the time people are starting to get up, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, I've been up for a long time and done a lot.
That's not.
That's
not. And as you get older, you're probably just going to start
getting earlier and earlier. So
you're going to be up at like 3 in the morning.
I'll just nap.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there you go.
I do. I get up sometimes at like 4. I wake up at sometimes at like 4 and I just get up.
You don't have to do that.
I'm through sleeping. No, and got nowhere to go. I got nowhere to go. That's crazy, right? That's crazy.
So sleeping in for you is like 5:30?
Oh, if I get to 5:30, man, something's happened. Something. I mean, I might have died. If it's 6 o'clock, you better check my pulse.
You're crazy. You're a crazy guy.
I can't help it. Let's see. Introvert or extrovert? I think I know the answer to that.
Yeah. Extrovert for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just actually took a test on this, and I was super extrovert. So
Gotcha. Okay, here's one that's hard for a lot of people in our business. Money or fame?
That's an interesting question. So you're saying so you can have money but maybe not have a lot of fame, or you can have fame without the money. I would have to say money, I guess. That might make me sound like an asshole, but I guess I would rather be able to support my family than be super famous.
That's not very asshole-ish.
Well,
but
I guess not. Maybe people might say that's greedy to just go for the money, but I'm sticking with that.
Right.
And I'm okay with it.
There you go.
I'm not an asshole. No, that's a good answer.
Yeah, exactly right. That's
with money.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
To support people.
To support yourself.
Yeah.
And to buy stuff.
Maybe I'll give a little bit to charity. Maybe. Probably not. But,
charity, smarity.
But I'll buy that new Xbox for sure. Money.
Money for sure.
Money.
All right. Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's just the plain part of me. I like to mix stuff in.
Right.
Do
you put oats in your vanilla?
No.
I'm not a big fan of oats.
Who does that?
Oh, my wife puts stuff in her.
Oh. No,
I'm not a big fan.
No, that's gross.
Yeah.
But I see. I would imagine maybe you would have done something like that.
Right.
Waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, eating
Nothing to do. Yeah.
some oats and ice cream.
Combining.
See what you can make. You know.
I usually have fried stuff like fried eggs and bacon before anybody gets up in the morning.
Oh, see,
it's crazy.
Okay.
I'm that guy.
I might start getting up earlier. Coming over to your house for breakfast.
You should do that because
I don't even know what breakfast is.
I like cooking. I'm a big time cook.
Up at 11 o'clock if I can be. And it's the same thing with my kids. My kids are night owls too, so they're up late. So then my wife, she gets up and she works retail, so she goes to work at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And then I'm just, summertime with the kids. We just sleep in and then wake up and do whatever we want to do until she gets home, and then we have to clean up first.
So fast forward into the future for me. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I would like to be going around the country and doing shows. I really would.
Right.
I've never been on like a road gig before. So it's something that I would look forward to, but I would like to be doing comedy full time. And just like I said, being able to support my family, but doing something that I love at the same time.
So that's your dream?
That's my dream,
That's your dream? Stand-up comedy full time?
I mean, obviously I'm having to do other jobs right now.
Right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, I would like to at some point, someday, say I'm doing what I love full time. So that would be my goal.
And you love telling jokes?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I really do.
It's addicted. It really is.
Being up there is, it's a high that some people will never understand.
It's hard not. I've told. What am I looking at the time here? I tell everyone that there's no competing with 300 people, applauding and saying how great you are. I mean, no matter what. I mean, that adrenaline and the whole time. I mean, the rush of doing the show, the rush of holding an audience, the rush of making people laugh. Because I mean, I think that it's more than just making people laugh. It's what we call a state change. I mean, we can go in. I can. If you get on the roll with me, if you get into my show, then I can change your state of mind. I can bring you into. You'll feel good at the end of it.
Exactly.
You'll feel good at the end.
Yeah, you don't know how people are feeling coming into the show. They could be having the worst day of their lives, and you could do your set, and
I get those endorphins
they could
jumping.
Absolutely love it, and they could absolutely change their day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the best parts of it, for sure.
All right, so 5 years. We're on the road.
Yes.
Full time.
You and I are on the road. That's for sure. You're trying to wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, not having it.
That was the downside to going on the road with me.
Odd couple situation.
Usually about 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm on your hotel room door. Like, hey, what's up? Well, now it's a cell phone, so.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So you can just turn that off anytime. Exactly.
Who's this? EUGE? No.
Yeah.
No.
But what really it really helps though on the road is because usually on the road you got to get up and go.
Yeah.
You're heading to another place.
Right.
And the earlier you're out, the earlier you're in, and the more time you have to set up and
hang out and go check out the venue or something like that. Yeah, that's an experience I'm looking forward to for sure.
Yeah. So what's your plan to get there?
I'm just gonna keep performing as much as I can. I appreciate opportunities like you gave me to do the showcase.
Right.
I mean, any opportunity that anybody gives me, I'm gonna jump at. I'd like to start doing even my own show. I've kind of tinkered with that.
Define your own show. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, like doing my own showcase show, kind of like you do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, just having my friends come and do time.
Right.
I mean, it's the Denver has a lot of great comics.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of great comics. So yeah, I mean, I'm really open to any opportunity right now.
The thing that I like to, if you're going to do a showcase, the thing that I like about what I do at Ari's is I try to give everybody, 10 minutes, which is, you can't find that in town.
Yeah.
Anywhere. I try to give everybody the time to work on a set, even though it's not going to be, it might be 7 minutes of good and 3 minutes of,
right.
I got to stretch it out.
Yep.
Try to do whatever. But that's the way comedy, that's the way comedy should be.
Right.
And book a show. Don't book your friends.
Right.
Book a show.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a lot of the places here in town. I mean, I hear a lot from the young comics. The downside to going to the open mics here is that, you know, you might be at an open mic and, you know, you might be the 5th guy up, but then the guy that books the room's friend shows up.
Right.
Now you're the 9th guy.
Now
up.
you're pushed back.
Right.
Exactly.
And you know, so it's midnight now, and you know you can't stay till midnight. You got a family.
That's one of the things. Yeah.
So
I kind of like to stay in, you know, that's the bummer about where I live here in Denver, in the southern area, is there's not a lot going on.
Any black people.
That is very true.
So you moved from a non-racially diverse place to a
exactly. Yeah. It's like, well, no, like when we moved here, we moved to Denver, so I was like, okay.
Right. Well, there are some basketball players out in Highland Ranch.
I'm like, there's black people. Yeah, and then, now Highlands Ranch, there's not that many. I went to Highlands Ranch High School, so there was, you know, well, I think when I graduated, I want to say there was like 5 black kids, maybe.
Wow.
I mean, not a lot.
Right, but that's
but now there's
5 more than there are in South Dakota.
There's more, Eugene. There's more black people in Highlands
Are there
Ranch.
gangs?
Oh, there's probably a couple
crazy,
going on. Yeah, mostly the white kids who try to act like they're black. There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's really only like there's one open mic in Parker, and that's about it. So what I would like to do is, you know, get an open mic or a showcase going somewhere in the southern area. So I mean,
There
there's other
definitely
people
should
who
be
live
a
down
show
there.
down south. There definitely should be. I mean, I've had quite a few people that came up to do this show. Yeah. That, you know, and you know, at 6 o'clock in the daytime to come from Highlands Ranch, that's no small feat.
Yeah.
You know, it's rush hour. It's an hour, even if it's good times.
Yeah, we gotta leave about 4:30 to get there. But you know, it's, you know, you want to get something. It would be nice because there's, you know, nothing down there. So, you know, you'd be helping people out. That's kind of what I want to do too. But yeah, definitely want to get something going down there.
All right, so fantastic.
Highlands
I would
Ranch.
support you now.
Look out for it.
Highlands.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna pop a caption. I'm just gonna bring up here into our screen some photos, and we're going to try to be funny on top of them.
Here we go.
And here we go.
Oh, that is delicious.
Oh, God, that's an In-N-Out burger. There's nothing funny about that.
Is that... Oh, I'm bummed out that we can't get that.
Oh, my God.
You and I could probably just split that, couldn't we?
What is that? Kentucky Fried Chicken they have? The big chicken on top of chicken.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they use the chicken like as bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this would be Screw You Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, that's what that should be called. FUKFC.
Yeah, that's an actual artery. They pulled out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that. Yeah.
Oh my.
Some big fat guy. That's scary. I'm a big guy, and that freaks me out.
And I'm a big In-N-Out burger fan, but I don't even want that.
No. I would probably. That's a heart attack waiting to happen.
God, I think the guy in the back is like.
Yeah, he's even
big
like
piece of meat.
He's even freaked out by it. He's like, "Oh my God, are you really gonna eat that?" That's probably for, you know, I bet that's for like a bachelorette party.
Oh, I bet you're right.
It's like 5 women are just gonna mow that down. You're not fitting your wedding dress.
Go girl. Oh, that was for Chuck.
Oh,
he's not here.
Yeah. Come on, man. We don't need that. That's actually what I actually look like. I just play a character on stage. I wear like a fat suit.
So this is
that's actually what I look like. Yeah.
As you peel off the.
Yeah, that's what's underneath there.
Oh
so yeah, it's,
what is that? A 9-pack? What kind of?
Yeah, man. I mean, you got that's close to 12 probably.
I don't know, man. You should. Anyway. I got nothing.
Hey, who needs a 6-pack when you can have a cake? That's what I say.
There's nothing funny
Bring
about
the party,
that.
you know.
Yeah.
That's just no, Chuck. What now? What is this dude having his?
Dude, whatever she tells you, I didn't do it.
It looks like he has something in his other hand.
He looks like he's come to stab
you. And you can't quite tell. Yeah, this dude's gonna murder somebody. And that would be the way to do it because he's got momentum on his side.
I'll come down this mountain, kick your ass.
Yeah, this is like when like Game of Thrones style. They'd be like battling on horses. But this dude's got the right idea. He's coming at you on the zip line and then just cut your head off and go right by.
You ever done the zip line?
No.
Yeah, me either.
No. No. That's just not my thing. Zip lining, skydiving.
None of that?
No. I've talked to Ron Ferguson about going skydiving, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
You know what? I tell everybody, man. Everybody that wants to go skydiving, talk to Ron Ferguson, and you will not want to go skydiving.
Yeah, just if you know him at all, you won't want to do anything.
His story is
okay.
We're gonna put the shark.
Brock Lesnar lifting up a shark. What's going on there?
What is that? That's got to be a photo shoot.
Is that? No, okay, that can't be a real shark.
I just pulled this out of my pants.
But you know what? I could see him. I could see him doing that with a real shark.
Yeah.
Breaking that shit over his back or something. You throw him in Jaws and
Sharktopolis.
that movie would have been over in like 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
No, this is the Sharknado 2.
Sharknado.
Yeah, it's a shoot for that movie.
Okay. I would agree.
That's probably what's going on there.
Yeah.
Or that's who he's fighting in the UFC now. They're getting sharks.
They're getting. You know what? They should at some point.
That'd be cool.
They should have sharks in the UFC.
What I've thought about is getting like 16 people together and everybody buying a betta fish, and then having like a UFC with like the betta fish, because you put two of them together,
They will.
and they'll tear each other apart.
Right.
So go from 16 to 8 to 4 to 2, and then whoever wins, man,
But that's horrible.
PETA, don't back it off. Yeah, it's probably not the best idea. Maybe I shouldn't have advertised that on your show.
I'd watch it. I mean, I'm just
That'd be
saying.
cool.
It's a great idea. It's just horrible.
Can we make that like a huge show presents?
We should do that.
Ultimate beta fighting championships.
Beta fighting.
Get in,
dude. Let's do it.
You get a beta and $20, and then you take 25% of it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a nice little payday for you.
Beta.
And then you can make people pay for it instead of just watching it for free. Check that out, people.
Thank you.
It's coming. Okay.
Oh, some girl gave me her number
On my roll of toilet paper. That'd be a frightening thing to see if, he's probably just running up on a porta potty or something like that.
If I write down all the negative things and then wipe them on my ass.
Yeah, he looks like
he's getting rid of all his.
He's like a shitty businessman or something like that. Like he just wrote a contract or something
on some toilet paper.
It looks like a check. Yeah, because you can see numbers and stuff. It looks like it says pay to.
It's a check.
Man,
someone wrote it. Oh, so it's a joke on him, probably.
Yeah. See, he's
nice.
stupid.
Dumbass.
He's a regular, typical idiot lawyer. Okay, what's going on here?
I wonder what that guy with the toilet paper was doing.
Yeah, what's up with that guy? I could borrow, because I kind of have to. Do I need this shit? Because maybe I could borrow that. What's going on, you
Am
guys?
I constipated?
She's super confused
I
about
think I'm
something.
constipated.
Yeah, she was at the showcase the other night. Somebody told a joke. She didn't understand it.
And she's still thinking about it.
You guys, 4 days later, I just don't understand.
Yeah,
What does he mean, the land diversity forgot? I don't get it.
I don't get it. I've been to South Dakota.
Yeah, right? Whatever.
And I'm an Indian.
Yeah, that's what... You tell people that, there's Indians in South Dakota, and they're like, which one is it?
Right.
Is it this one or dot on the forehead one?
Yeah. Usually it's the ones that didn't come on a boat.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Came in a canoe.
But there's a couple towns in South Dakota where they have call centers, so they might have both.
Yeah.
They could have both.
I wanted to do a movie about a call center that just pretended they were in India, but they really weren't.
That'd be awesome.
Insourced.
Yeah, you could have
just a bunch of people talking.
Submit that to NBC.
Yeah.
You got 6 more hours to do that before their thing that they're doing closes.
Yeah, they're doing that. Did you submit something?
I wanted to, but I just couldn't come up with something that I felt was original enough to submit.
Uh-huh.
And it sucks. I sat on that for 3 months. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this.
Right.
I'm going to do this.
Right.
Never did it. I was going to try to come up with something with the guy that I do a podcast with, but we couldn't come up with anything.
Really?
No. So, hey, maybe in the next 6 hours I'll come up with an idea
something
and submit it to them, yeah.
So
We'll see how that goes.
If they don't know about that, that's the deal that's going on with NBC and their...
It's a pretty cool thing for them to do.
But it looks like, I think they're looking for sitcoms, right? I mean, I read over the paperwork myself, and it sounds like they're looking for sitcoms.
Well, the thing is, I mean, they come up with these shows and then they cancel them.
No.
Or they've had good shows that were on for a long time, like
Right.
The Office, and now that's over.
Mm-hmm.
Parks and Rec is on, that's going to be over after the next season, so they're just trying to find something to make stick.
Yeah.
They had the Michael J. Fox show on there. They canceled that because I heard the ratings were a little shaky. That was a pun.
That was a pun. I got it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a cool thing for them to do, but you hope it doesn't turn out like that, like Amazon did with their whole thing.
Right, and that just turned out to be a fiasco.
Yeah, you have one of the highest rated shows, and then they don't pick you.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
No sense.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how that goes. Maybe somebody from here will.
It's wild that entertainment and the business has become that. Hey, you got any ideas?
Yeah. They're tired of remaking things now, I guess.
Exactly. It's like, we don't have any original ideas.
Yeah, they take all
maybe
this
you have
stuff
one?
and reboot it, and
Yeah.
now they're just asking other people.
It's like, how
for
can we do
ideas.
Friends again?
Acquaintances?
People we know?
Yeah, buddies,
Pals?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You try to take the characters from that show and spin it off, and that doesn't work for you. So what do you do?
Exactly.
What do you do?
What is that?
Is that?
I know the girl loves her hat. I know a girl that's like, oh my God, that's my hat.
This is my hat, you guys.
This is just, I want that on my head now.
She's trying to take away from like the experience of whatever that piece of art is. She's like, but seriously, guys, look at my hat.
I am so smart.
It's so nice.
It's so beautiful.
Just stop paying attention to the thing and
Don't
just look at my hat.
Look at my hat. Look at my hat. What are
What
you
is
taking a
that supposed
picture
to
of?
be?
I don't know what that is. I think that's probably a piece of art that someone looks like planes of glass inside of a frame.
Some sort of brought to you by Sherwin-Williams or something.
Maybe a slide or something like that.
Some sort of
Could be a hat.
portal to another dimension.
These people might just disappear.
Something weird going on. Yeah, see, you can see like the shadows of people that have already walked through the portal.
Oh my God, that are in another world.
Yeah. This is where is this at? I want to go there.
That's crazy.
That could be that's another show. There you go. It's a show about a portal.
No, this is not a condom on my head. Give me your money.
This happens in Highlands Ranch all the time. It really does. All the time down there. You know what? I've been in that situation.
No.
Yeah, when I worked at the hotel, somebody tried to rob me when I worked there. So,
Really?
Yeah, I've been in that situation.
Somebody pulled a gun on
before.
you?
Yeah. Well, they didn't take it out, but I knew that they had it.
Are you sure they had it?
I would. Now I feel stupid. Yeah, they came in and had their hood up and they were like, "Hey, I want a room," and I was like, "Okay." I looked down at the computer, looked back up, and they were had their hand in their pocket and they were pointing to me, and they gave me a bag and they were like, "Give me money," and I was like, "Okay, just let's be cool," and then I just did. So, yeah, that's.
And where were you at?
Situation. I worked at a hotel. It was in
South Dakota?
No.
Oh.
This was here in Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a string of robberies at all these different hotels, and they just eventually made their way down to that area. And yeah, it was a weird situation for sure.
Black guy?
Yeah. But
Why'd you hesitate? You didn't want to say that?
Yeah, it was Eugene. I don't know, man. I just didn't want to. No, he had his hood up, so I didn't. And then the cop came and they were like, "Can you point these guys out of who it might be?" They had a lineup, and I was like, "I don't."
It kind of looked like Eugene.
I was like, they had their hood up. I didn't want to be like, all these dudes look the same. I didn't want to say that. But I was like, he had a hood,
Can you put
lady.
a hood on one of these guys?
I was like, lady, are you trying to make me sound like I'm racist? The cop was trying to make me say I was racist or something. That wasn't cool. Not cool at all.
Wow. So that sucks, though. I mean, so how much did you get away with?
Not a lot, because it was like $200 or something. It wasn't a lot, because we always had to deposit money in the safe. But yeah, it was a.
That's scary.
Not a situation I'd like to be a part of again.
That's scary.
Maybe I'm on the other end of it.
Yeah.
No,
you don't want to rob
anybody. That's where I
anybody.
see myself in 5 years. We're out on the road. Something happens. Venue doesn't pay us. Then we go and we rob a convenience store at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's how we'll do it.
Wow.
So
I had
cool,
a gun
man.
pointed at me twice. I mean,
Not a cool.
he dropped it and he picked.
Yeah. So give me my shit. No, okay. No, you're okay. I got it. Plaxico Burress putting it in his pants. That's what it was. That's an interesting situation.
Oh, hello.
Now, where's this going down at?
This is, I don't know. Is this?
This is a race I would check out.
I would love to. I would love to be in this race.
I would check this race. I will do judging.
I would watch this race from beginning to end.
I would be out
from either
there.
side. I'd watch this race.
I mean, I'll be there at the finish line to congratulate all of these ladies for the amazing thing that they just accomplished. That's it. That seems like something that would happen here.
Yeah.
In Denver. Bunch of weird people.
I don't know if that's Pride Fest, maybe.
It's like a handstand 5K.
Damn, that's crazy.
Can you imagine doing that for?
No,
I can't imagine doing that for 3 feet, let alone 3 miles.
You know, I could probably walk as long as these girls were upside down in front of me. I don't care how far. I don't care how far.
Keep going, man. What did I just do? 10 miles here? What the hell?
Did I just hit a marathon?
Yeah.
So
26.2, yeah, with the ladies in front of you.
Got no problem with that.
Not at all.
And we're back to the burgers.
Back to the deliciousness.
Wow.
Back to the heart attack.
So cool.
That's an unfortunate situation for somebody.
All right, so you've been in the business now for, that was cool. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
We're one of our favorite segments.
Good segment.
Thank you.
Fun time.
So you've been in the business now. You're back in the business for a couple of months.
Yep.
You tried it a while back. What, if anything, have you got to say to, let's say, someone who is in your shoes, who haven't taken that step, who's been thinking about, wanting to do stand-up? I mean, any advice? Have you learned anything? Have you?
Don't doubt yourself. That's the number one thing that I would say to people. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt who you are. Don't doubt your material. I mean, unless you're coming out and you're being like super racist or like you're,
then doubt yourself.
Yeah, offending like huge amounts of people. Then I would say, think about it some. But yeah, don't doubt who you are or what you're doing. I mean, that's one of the biggest issues that I had.
That's one of your lessons.
Right. And I would, if I could, I wonder sometimes where I would be had I just stuck with it all the time. Where would I be 3.5 years later,
right,
as opposed to where I am now?
Had you not?
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to do some fun shows. Like I said, I got to open for a major comedian, but at the same time, you kind of wonder if I had just stuck with it, where would I be?
Right.
But yeah,
you can't go back.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Regrets.
So I would say don't doubt yourself.
You got to move forward
and write as much as you can. Always be writing if you can.
Write all the time.
Yep, because you know what, you might spend a lot of time on 2 or 3 minutes, and none of it might work. So just keep writing. That's what I would say.
So tell me the difference between what you thought stand-up was going to be and what you have discovered.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I kind of thought maybe it would be easier than it really is.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Because you see major comedians or even comedians like you, some of the pros here in Denver, and it's like, you guys make it look so easy.
Right.
And you just think that that's how it's going to be, and it's not at all. It's not at all. I mean, you gotta go bust your ass at some open mics where there's 10 people there, and maybe 7 of them are just there to drink.
Right.
And that's it. Yeah. Or you're just performing for mostly comics.
And you're trying to impose comedy on those guys.
Right, exactly. I mean, I don't have an issue going to open mics and performing for just comics, because sometimes I feel like if I'm getting a laugh from a comic, like that means something.
Well,
that means that
it does. But I'll tell you what, in this business, you got to learn to make strangers laugh.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, I mean, then you're doomed in this business.
Yeah.
If you can't make the strangers laugh.
Right.
Friends are easy.
Yep.
And comics, super easy.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes like the way that I've looked at it is, everything's not going to be a high. When the way that I kind of felt was, I did that first show at Comedy Works, I won that competition thing, and I was on a high.
Right.
And then one of the next times I went out, it was kind of a bomb.
Right.
And that's, I think, where some of the doubt came from. So I've learned everything's not going to be, you're not going to go out and crush all the time.
Right.
You want to, but it's not always going to happen.
Sophomore season sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah,
it really did. So yeah, I mean, like you said, it's just do as much as you can, write as much as you can, and don't doubt who you are as a comic. You have to find your voice.
Right.
And like, I've written on my blog, one of my friends asked me, like, what would you say to somebody that's first starting into comedy? And I said all those things, but it's also, you can have people that you admire,
Mm-hmm.
you can have people that are an influence to you, but don't be exactly like them.
Right.
Because you have to find your own voice of who you are.
You definitely
You
have
don't
to
want
find
to be
your
a
voice.
copycat of somebody else.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what you got to work hard to be you.
Yeah. It takes a while to be you on stage.
It takes time to find exactly who you are.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say that I've even found exactly who I am yet, but it takes hard work to do.
Well, I know that a lot of comics, and the thing about you is that you're funny. That's the great thing about you. The thing that I like the
Thank
best
you.
about. All comics start with self-deprecation,
Yeah.
and I try to tell all young comics: the quicker you move past that, the better for you. Because I don't mind introspective comedy. I mean, my life, what's going on inside, those kind of things, and my real story. But, I think that it hurts you,
Yeah.
and it hurts you in a double way. It's easy writing, and it's not really true.
Right.
I mean, people aren't really comfortable a lot with what there's, self-deprecation.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it
it's
can be
a lot
a
of
little
times
extreme.
it is. A lot of times it is. I'll say this before you say this.
Right.
That kind of self-deprecation. So anyway, I don't want to get too serious, but I wanted to that I wanted you to the quicker we move past the self-deprecation, because you've got jokes inside you.
Yeah.
You've got observations inside you. You've got stories, and I could tell from the first second I saw you on stage. I mean, that's the real reason that I wanted to talk to you today.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
So
I appreciate that.
I'm going to have a good time watching your career.
Good. Thank you.
So,
I hope I am too. Yeah. I hope I am too.
yeah, that's probably
I'm like, I would like to
more
watch my
important than
career as
mine, right?
well, yeah. Like, what's going to be my perspective of it?
All right. So, how can people, if they want to get in touch with you? I mean, how can they get, on your? You say you got a blog. You just started a podcast.
Yeah, I got a lot. You can find me on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I have a page that's just, I try to put just my comedy stuff on there.
Okay.
So you can just search for my name, Andrew Raschke. My website, blog, whatever you want to call it, it's andrewraschkecomedy.com.
Okay.
Yeah, just recently, I'd say a couple months ago,
Let me just.
started a podcast with another comedian. Darius Alexander's his name. Our podcast is called Kind of a Bummer with Andrew and Darius. We talk comedy.
I like that name.
We talk a lot of like nerd stuff, movies and TV shows and all that.
Maybe we'll have you both on together then.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Mark Maron's actually the one that gave us the name of our podcast.
Really?
Yeah, I was talking to him on Twitter one time, and he was like, "You're sort of a bummer," and I was like, "There we go. That's the name of my podcast. Thanks, Maron." So, yeah, kindofabummer.com is where we are there.
Okay.
So, yeah, check it out.
And we'll put all this on the when we upload this
Okay.
onto we'll put all this down right
Right on.
there.
Right
Well,
there for
probably
everybody.
there.
Cool.
Ish
Over here.
area.
Get it over there. Get it everywhere.
All right. Andrew, it's been a good time, man.
I appreciate it.
I tell everyone that we we own this equipment, we own the studio, we can talk to anybody we want, and we really wanted to talk to you because we think you're going to be huge, man. I mean,
I appreciate that.
I really enjoyed your set, and I thank you so much.
I
for
really
talking with
appreciate
me.
that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right on, buddy. Sweet. All right, so this is the part where people watch me close the things so I can. Oh, by the way, before we go, say goodbye. Chuck Roy will be with us next week, and chuckroy.com, jokes@chuckroy.com. Check him out. And hey, so there, Chuck's not here. Anyway, thank you for watching EUGE, an inside look at chasing a dream, and we'll see you next week. Bye.